And I got a really big team, and they need some really big rings. They need some really nice things. Better be coming with no strings. Better be coming with no strings. We need some really nice things. We need some really big rings. I got a really big team.
What is up, guys? Morningwood here, bringing you guys some historic franchise with Gale Sayers, Aaron Rodgers, Troy Polamalu, Jerry Rice, and others versus the Jets. Let's get right into it. So I want to talk to you guys about playoffs. Yes, playoffs. So as of today, the Vikings have played versus the Packers, Bengals, Steelers. Can't really name the others. I'm just naming the highlights because I want to talk to them. I want to talk about them. So let's start off with this Bengals Steelers game. So everyone who's anyone, as DeMarco Murray rumbles and bumbles through my whole team for like 40 yards. But anyways, I just want to say that yes, everybody knows what Adam Jones, Vontaze Burfict, what they did. But I didn't really think that's what lost them the game. What really lost them the game, he just got burnt, put above Hayes, 99 speed. So I don't really think it was them who lost them the game. More so as Jeremy Hill fumbling. That was a horrible fumble, by the way. Like, that would have been, if he would have not fumbled, they would have drove and gotten at least 3, and none of that would have happened. Like, the Steelers would have never had a game-winning drive, and they would have never had 30 yards on the Vontaze Burfict and Adam Pac-Man Jones penalties. So yeah, like, it was just easy, just disciplinary mistakes that the Bengals lost. And then Jeremy Hill, first of all, it was Jeremy Hill's fumble, which was a horrible fumble. I hated it. But besides the point, and then the disciplinary effects of Pac-Man and Vontaze, like, that's just it was uncalled for him to hit Antonio Brown in the head and give him a concussion. And then he goes on and says, I saw this one thing on Team Stream, Bleacher Report, that Adam Pac-Man Jones said that Antonio Brown was lying and that he winked at him while he was on the floor. Man, why you gotta say that? There's no reason. That's just making you sound just dumb, and and don't even get me started. So now let's go to the Seahawks Vikings. And oh my gosh, it was a defensive game. Nobody was scoring. Only 2 touchdowns were scored in the whole entire game. But the missed field goal from Blair Walsh, he shanked it left. But it was really because I didn't notice. I just thought Blair Walsh had a horrible kick or something. But it wasn't. It was just that the field goal, the holder of the ball, he held it wrong, and then that forced Blair Walsh to shank it left. And how lucky were the Seahawks are the luckiest team right now. It's unbelievable how lucky they are to be in that position, because they could have easily just lost, and there goes their playoff hopes. As DeMarco Murray breaking tackles, that's all he was doing this game, was just breaking tackles all game. He's a stud. But yeah, their playoff hopes, playoff dreams just would have been gone. But Blair Walsh was the best person on the Seahawks team. And also the Chiefs won. As we get I didn't even know that was a fumble. I didn't realize that it was before the line of scrimmage, and I just threw it, being the retard that I am. Whatever. But yeah, and then the Texans go on to lose to the Chiefs. And the Chiefs haven't won a playoff game in who knows how long. They still made it to playoffs, better than the Dolphins. But yeah, they lost 30-0. They got shut out. And then, so I want to talk about the Dolphins and what they have in store. They just hired a new a new head coach, who was the former offensive coordinator for the Bears, Adam Gase. they have gone away with Dan Campbell. He is no longer under Dolphins contract, which is great. I never liked him. Joe Philbin was worse, but whatever. And then they have this 8th pick in the draft, which is stupid, because if they would have lost a meaningless game to the Patriots, which I don't know why they won, they should have just shanked it, because whatever, it's a loss. They have nothing to play for. They could have gotten a higher draft pick, maybe 6, which is, it's only 2 draft picks, but then again, it is 2 draft picks, and they could have gotten a better player than they are going to get now, unless they let a really good guy go to drop. But yeah, and I'm so happy because the Jets, they didn't make the playoffs, and they didn't get a good draft pick. They are like the 20th. I mean, that's aight, but it's not that good. And they don't make the playoffs. I mean, that's a win-win situation for me. As right now, I'm actually winning against the Jets 17-13 with 1:40 left. As he almost catches that over me, but that's besides the point. And so for this draft, I want the Dolphins, as they get a 75-yard touchdown. That was freaking crazy. Anyway, I want the Dolphins to get someone and use their heads with the pick. Because yes, last year we got Devontae Parker. He was nasty. He's nasty. He showed up the last few games that we used him. I don't know why we didn't use him earlier. But whatever. 2 years ago, last year we also, it was 2 years ago that we got Jarvis Landry in the 3rd round, that was a pickup for the century. As I drop right there, because I wanted to waste time, make sure they don't get a field goal as we're nearing the end of this game. And I want us to get a good, I don't know, like Paxton Lynch, the QB from, I don't remember where, Paxton Lynch, the #1 prospect. He looks pretty good. I think he'd be a nice addition to the team, better than Ryan Tannehill at this point, because Ryan Tannehill has got, I don't know how many personnel fired, because sometimes it's not just the coaching, sometimes it's actually the players. And yeah, that's all I have to talk about playoffs and the offseason and everything. As we get 286 passing yards, only 27 rushing yards. Gale Sayers wasn't doing very much. So, Aaron Rodgers with the 70% completion though. And anyways, guys, that'll be all for today. And remember, morning would? No, morning could.